growth of body hair
Okay. Growth of body hair.
and appearance of acne and pimple
All right.
and
And
change in body shape.
yeah, changing the body shape that you already added.
Yeah. And development of reproductive organs.
Exactly. That's the main change that occurs. Okay, no? So there will be development of the reproductive organs. Plus there will be onset of it start of menstrual cycle in the case of females. Right now, that is something. Okay, no? Furthermore, you might have heard of this or you might have read this term gonads, gonads. While doing the assignment, you might have come across this term gonads. Okay, na? So gonads basically these are the reproductive glands. Okay, na? These are the reproductive glands that will be producing the sex hormones. Getting it? Na? That will be producing the sex hormones and the gametes also. Getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
So then we have male and female gonads. So male gonad will be respectively the testis, and the function of the testis is to produce the gamete cells, that is sperm, and along with the gamete cells, it produces the sex hormone as well. It produces the testosterone hormone also. Right now, Alif, is that you? Yes, Alif, are you there in the class?
No, sir,
Or is that
last.
it's Abdullah? Okay, kindly correct your name, or let me just correct your name. Yeah, Abdullah, if you were to see the chat box there, I have dropped question for you only. Okay, na? Your
Okay.
exam is on yeah. Your exam is on 8th of October.
Yes, sir.
So do one thing, download that question, go to the chat box. So there are different questions like you have to
Sir,
explain
there
about.
is
Yeah,
I can't find any question in the chat box.
you can't. 1 minute. Gauri, is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
So you
I
have
Oh, okay. See, actually, you have joined right now. No, that's why it will not be visible. Those who have joined earlier, who were present since the beginning of the meeting, they would be able to see it. Okay, na?
okay.
So 1 minute, I'm going to reshare this. Okay, na? Give me 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, I have reshared it. Okay, na? So download it and answer it and send the PDF of the answers in the duration of the class only. Okay,
Okay,
Abdullah.
okay,
Yeah,
sir.
these are subjective questions, and I have taken question from your syllabus only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. So you right now you focus on the class, or you could focus on your exam. Okay, you can do one thing like you can mute the class, and you can attempt the questions only. Okay. This chapter I will be revising it for you sometime. All right now. Yeah. So Gauri, we were learning about the gonads. Okay, now. So gonad is a term. Basically, it is referred for the male and the female sex glands. Getting it now? And
yes,
if you can recall, we did learn about the ovary and testes. What are these? Are these not glands?
yes, sir.
They are glands. Now, what kind of gland are they?
Reproductive.
Reproductive glands. Yeah, they are reproductive glands. But are they exocrine or endocrine?
Endocrine.
Endocrine gland. How do we know that this is endocrine and not exocrine? How do we know that this is endocrine but not exocrine?
Sir, these like endocrine. Um,
Mhm.
so,
Endo, endo. You can think of it as like inside. The secretions are inside the body.
Okay, sir.
And the secretions goes to the blood. Getting it now? So endocrine glands are the glands which will be secreting their secretions into the blood. Got this thing? But the exocrine glands are the glands that will not be secreting their secretions into the blood. Will the tear or the saliva, will they go into the blood?
No, sir.
No, that is the case. Okay, now. So these are called as gonads also, like the reproductive glands. We are calling them as gonads also, gonads. So as I was going through assignment now, actually I had to discuss your assignment also. There were questions in your assignments in which I have observed that you are missing some of the questions. You are not attempting all of it. Why is it
Sir,
so?
I don't know these questions, like those questions. That's why.
Okay, okay, you had no, you didn't had the answer to that question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, no issues.
Like I did the question that I know.
Okay, okay. This one is yours. This one is also yours. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, see these questions here. Okay, now. So, like question number one, you missed that question. Okay, no. By the way, there was a mistype here. Instead of bump, it was written bomb. Okay, now. So that needs to be corrected. Like it's bump. Okay, not bomb. So Adam's apple, it basically refers to the bump that is visible on the front portion of the throat of some of the people in the age of adolescence when they reach the age of adolescence. Okay. Question number 31. Right now we have discussed that. Okay, now the male gonads, they are testes. So female gonads will be
Uh, Testosterone, something like that.
gonads. Gonads are the sex glands now. Progesterone is the hormone.
Yes, sir.
So the reproductive glands are two types of glands, basically male gland and female gland. Male gland is the testosterone or testis. If the male gland is testis, so thereby the female gland will be, female gonad will be, isn't it obvious? In the male body, testes are present. In the female body, ovum is produced by
Hopefully.
ovary, no? So ovaries are the female gonads. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
That is the case. Okay. Continuing further, in the previous classes, we have learned about determination of sex in the humans particularly. So in this, answer few questions to me, like you tell me what you understand by chromosomes first of all. What are the chromosomes? Yeah. What
Sir,
are the chromosomes?
chromosome are like um
Mm-hmm. They are like thread-like structures, as you can see here.
they have like thread-like structures. In these thread-like structures, they
Hmm.
contain DNA.
They contain DNA and they contain genes.
Yeah.
Genes, genes. Okay, but nonetheless, the like the chromosomes, where exactly are they found inside the body?
What's up?
Chromosomes, where are they found in the human body? In which part?
Inside the nucleus.
Yeah, in the cells and inside in the cells inside the nucleus. Okay, na? So as you can see here, this is the chromosome which has a structure like this right now. So this will appear as a thread-like structure. Okay, further DNA will be found in it, and further you will see that DNA is also divided into different parts here. So these are called genes. Okay, na? So genes are also found inside this, and all of these now, like the chromosomes, basically contains the hereditary information. Hereditary informations are stored in the chromosomes. Like if a male parent has a certain characteristics, the physical characteristics here, the hair is curly, skin has a particular color, he is tall or short. Okay, na? So all those informations are encoded in the chromosomes. Getting it now? Or where exactly in the chromosomes? We say in the DNA. Or where exactly in the DNA? We say in the genes. Got this now?
Yes,
So that is
sir.
the case. So further, you will see how many chromosomes in a human cell? 44, 46, 50, 48,
44.
46 now. In any human cell, you will find about 46
But
chromosomes. 46 chromosomes. Getting it now? So human cells have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes. So each cells normally will contain about exactly 23 pairs of chromosomes. Got this now? Okay. Further, we will see that out of these 46 chromosomes, it was divided into two parts then. But we saw that 22 of them will be same. They will look same to each other. And they were called as autosomes. Got this
yes,
now? So they are called as autosomes. If I were to draw in a structure, like you will find that autosomes will be kind of looking like this. For example, autosomes. So both the chromosomes are same, right? Or say we have a chromosome like this. So both the chromosomes are same here. Getting it now?
yes, sir.
Like this chromosome and this chromosome, they are different from each other, but in pairs they are same to each other. Getting what my point? What I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or you can have like this. That is the case. So they will be looking same in both the males and females, right? That is one thing. But there is one pair of chromosome that will be different. That is the sex chromosome. Getting it? That is the so in the male parent, we will see that the XY chromosome is found, while in the female parent, XX chromosome is found. Got my point now? So all the 44 chromosomes in the male and female, they are identical to each other. Getting my point? They're identical to each other. But there is this one pair of chromosome now that will be different in the male and in the female. And in the male, that is XY, and in the female, that is XX. We learned how the male and the female child will born. That is one thing. Today, our discussion is going to start from this topic, from the hormones other than the sex hormones. Okay, now? So in the first list, in the first hormone we are going to learn about is the thyroxine hormone that is secreted by the gland known as thyroid gland. So the name of the gland is thyroid gland. Where is this thyroid gland present? It is present in the throat. Getting it? It is present in the throat.
Yes, sir.
So it's a gland that has a butterfly shaped structure. It has a gland that has a butterfly shaped structure, and it is present in the front portion of the neck. Okay. And it will be producing the hormones that will have several functions. Like it will be controlling the metabolism of the body. It will control the heartbeat also. Getting it now? It can increase the breathing rate. It can decrease the breathing rate. It will have a role to play in the digestion as well. So there are several roles that will be played by the thyroid gland. So thyroid gland will be releasing a hormone by the name of thyroxine. What is the name of the hormone? Thyroxine. Okay, now? So it is found at the front of the neck and between the windpipes, as you can see here. It is present between the windpipe. Further, it has a butterfly-shaped structure.
Yes, sir.
Butterfly-shaped structure. And it is a brownish red color structure, and it secretes a collection of hormone called as thyroid hormones. So lots of hormones will be secreted by it. One of it is the thyroxine. Thyroxine is the main hormone secreted by the thyroid gland. And the thyroid hormone are basically this thyroxine. When we see this thyroid hormone now, you have to understood like thyroxine hormone is being discussed. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So it will control the rate of metabolism in the body. Okay, na? So the question is like, what is metabolism? What is metabolism? You have heard of this term before?
No,
So
sir.
okay. So metabolism basically it's kind of the biochemical reactions biochemical reactions. Let me write it down here. Metabolism.
Doubt.
Yes, Abdullah.
Sir, in question paper, you have given describe the process of nitrogen fixation and its significance. We have to write this question in long answer.
This question carries 3 marks now. Okay,
Yeah.
so you can answer up to 80 words. The word limit would be about 80 words. Okay, now.
Okay, sir.
So try to cover all the necessary points. Okay, if it exceeds 80 words, then it's no issue. Okay, now, since this is the aim of this test is to improve your performance in the exam. Okay, now, so there is no foundation. Okay.
Sir, because the team have given me the schedule of test, they have given me one more test of science at 7 o'clock.
Today,
Yeah,
for which chapter?
for microorganism.
Okay. So then keep it short. Okay. Then
Okay,
keep
sir.
it short. Okay. Here, we are talking about metabolism. Yeah. So metabolism basically is the biochemical process. What is it? It is
Bio.
the sum of different biochemical process that is occurring inside the body, right now. And where exactly in the body? Will be occurring in the cells of the body, right? So whether it be the process of respiration in which energy will be produced, right? Whether it be a process of reproduction, getting it now, or whether it be the circulation of the blood, or whether it be the digestion of the food, or whether it be elimination of the waste material produced in the body in the form of urine, feces of carbon dioxide, or in fact it be the functioning of the brain and the nerve cells and the nerves, right now. So all these are called as the metabolism, where a biochemical reaction is happening. Getting it what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
You got the idea about metabolism?
Yep.
Okay. So that is the case of metabolism. So a good metabolism is very important for the body. By age, when people become old, their metabolism becomes poor. So thereby, since they will not be exercising regularly, they will be eating. If someone has a bad eating habit, they will be eating food that contains unsaturated fat in it. They consume lots of meat. They consume pork meat. So thereby, their metabolism will go down. If someone consumes alcohol and consumes too much of sugar, and someone is not getting enough amount of sleep, so their metabolism will be disturbed. So that is the case. So what we're talking about, like this thyroxine hormone will control the rate of metabolism. Rate here means like the speed of metabolism. Okay, now. So if the rate of metabolism is good, right now, if the digestion happens fast, right now, all the chemical process, respiration is good in the body, so thereby the body will stay healthy. So another important thing to be discussed here, that for the thyroid gland to secrete thyroxine, it requires sodium and it requires iodine. What does it require? It requires sodium, it requires iodine. And from where it will get these two minerals? How?
Food.
From food. Okay. So from what kind of food we get sodium and iodine? We get it from seafoods, different kind of seafood. We get it from the fish. We get it from the iodized salt, right now.
Yes,
Getting
sir.
it? Okay. Do you consume fish?
Sir, I am vegetarian.
That's good. Even I don't like eating animal-based food. Okay, no. I only consume like milk and egg. That's all.
Sir, I don't even consume egg.
Oh, okay. That's the case. So, what we're saying that the source of sodium and iodine for the body is iodized salt. It's the seafood like prawn, like fish. That is the case. So if the body will not be getting adequate amount of iodine particularly, so thereby this thyroxine hormone will not be produced, right now. That is one thing. So for the production of thyroxine hormone, iodine is the main mineral that is required by the body. Okay. Now, why does this goiter occur? You might have seen in the class 7th, would have learned about the deficiency disease, where you will see that the throat will swell up, right? And that people are said to be suffering from goiter. In this, basically what happens, the thyroid gland will expand in order to absorb maximum amount of iodine and sodium. Iodine, basically. Getting it what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
So it will kind of expand. It expands so that it can increase the absorption of iodine. But the iodine is not being is not available to the body, but still it expands. Okay, no? So that is an important thing which we have learned here. Next, we have the pancreas. Okay, no? So pancreas, it's a 6-inch endocrine gland that is located behind the stomach. This yellowish structure that you're seeing. Okay. It will be producing digestive enzymes. It will produce glucagon and insulin. The main secretions are digestive enzymes, glucagon, and insulin. You'd have learned about the pancreatic juice. You would have learned about pancreatic juice in your previous classes now,
Yes, sir.
right? Like the pancreatic juice will be breaking down the food. It will break down the fat present in the food. It will break down the protein present in the food. Right now, so pancreatic juice contains lots of enzymes in it. Right now, and the enzymes present in the pancreatic juice will be helping in breakdown of the fat, in the breakdown of the protein, and also breaks down the starch present in the food. That is one thing. But right now we are not learning about pancreatic juice. Our main focus is about the enzymes and the glucagon and the insulin that will be produced by it. Talking about the insulin, we know that insulin maintains the glucose level in the blood right now. So the main function of insulin is to regulate the blood sugar level. Got this thing now.
Yes,
So
sir.
insulin will be basically helping in lowering down your blood sugar level. Okay. It will be lowering down your blood sugar level. But at the same time, we have glucagon. Glucagon will be preventing the insulin levels from getting too low in the body. It will be preventing the insulin levels to go too low in the body right now. That is one thing. So there are two types of main hormones here. One is insulin, and another one is glucagon. Insulin lowers your blood sugar level. It will be lowering the blood sugar level. So insulin is a hormone that is being produced by the pancreas that will be actually moving. It will help in moving the glucose present in our food. It will basically help to move the glucose from the blood into the cells so that it can be used for energy. So say that if the sugar level, basically the sugar level in the blood is high, so the pancreas is going to release the insulin so that it will allow the glucose to enter the cell.
Yes,
Try to
sir.
understand in this manner. Say that this is the blood flowing in the blood vessels, and our digested food, where does it go? It first goes into the blood now.
Yes, sir.
So let's say that glucose is traveling in the blood. Glucose is traveling in the blood. Okay. Now the blood is connected to each and every cell in the body. The blood vessels are connected to each and every cell in the body, right?
Yes, sir.
See that this is a cell. Let's say that this is a muscle cell. Okay. This is a muscle cell. So if the level or like basically what the insulin does now, talking about the function of insulin. So insulin will push the glucose into the cell. Insulin, it pushes the glucose in the cell. So so the cells will be breaking down the glucose to obtain energy from it. Getting it how the insulin actually functions.
Sir, can you explain it again?
Yeah, we're seeing that the food, once the food has been digested, the digested food goes into the blood now. Glucose also goes into the blood, right?
Yes, sir.
And glucose, we know in the process of respiration, glucose is broken down to obtain energy from it. Getting it? So insulin will be helping in pushing the glucose into the cells. Getting it what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
So in the cells, the glucose will be broken down to obtain energy from it. That is clear so far?
Yes, sir.
And when the blood sugar levels are very high, the pancreas will be releasing insulin that allows the glucose to enter cell. But insulin also helps to store excess glucose. If there are excess amount of glucose, so it will be helping to store that excess amount of glucose also. Got this now? That is one thing. So this is how insulin will be helping. Another hormone which we have is the glycagon. Glucagon, I mean to say. Right now. So glucagon will be preventing the insulin level from getting too low in the body. Right now. And when the insulin will be activated, the insulin activates when the blood glucose levels are high, while the glucagon activates when the blood sugar levels are low. So when the blood glucose level will be high, the insulin will be activating, and glucagon will be activated when the blood sugar levels is low. So both of these hormones, insulin and glucagon, will be helping in regulating the blood sugar level. Right now. So what, like this particular line is very important. Here it is being said that the insulin activates when the blood glucose levels are high. But when the glucagon activates, Gauri,
What, sir?
when the glucagon is activated,
Like
when
uh,
the blood sugar levels are
low.
low. Okay. So how will it work? It will help in increasing the blood sugar level and will prevent it from dropping too low. So let me sum up the whole thing what we have discussed so far. We learned about pancreas. In this, what we learned, it produces digestive enzymes. Okay, na? We are not learning about digestive enzyme, but mainly about glucagon and insulin. Insulin maintains the glucose level in the blood. Okay, what it does when the blood sugar level is high, so insulin will be pushing the glucose into the cells. So where the glucose will be broken down to obtain energy. Got this thing?
Yes, sir.
But say that the blood sugar level is too low. If the blood sugar level is too low, so then insulin is not activated, but glucagon is activated. What does the glucagon do? So glucagon will help in increasing the blood sugar level. Getting it what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Now you might be thinking how the glucagon will help in increasing the blood sugar level. Did you thought of this question or not? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So moments ago I said one thing, that the extra glucose present in the blood is stored. Insulin helps in storing the extra glucose extra glucose present in the blood. And where is the glucose stored? It is stored in the liver. The extra sugar is stored in the liver. Getting it what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, na? So the glucagon will be now stimulating the liver to release the stored sugar back into the blood. If the blood sugar level is too low, if the blood sugar level is too low, so then the glucagon will be stimulating the liver to release the sugar that it had stored, so that that sugar can go into the blood and the blood sugar level will return to normal. If you have understood it, summarize it. You have understood this, sum it up.
Uh, so, like their pancreas has like uh, gluca- uh, glucagon and insulin. So insulin helps the body when there is too much of blood sugar. So that um, it prevents. Wait, sir.
Yeah, continue, you are explaining good.
Uh,
So it
so
will
like
be. Mhm.
so it will like pass the that what do you call sugar in from the blood into the cells to provide energy, And if there is like low level of sugar in a blood, then the glucagon will like what we call stimulate with the liver to like produce sugar.
Not produce, release the
Yeah,
stored sugar.
release sugar.
So it will stimulate the liver to release the stored sugar back into the blood. Okay, na? So now the blood sugar level will return to normal. So that is how these two hormones will be working and regulating the blood sugar level.
Where should
For
I share the
uh, you can upload it here in the chat box or just share it to the team. Okay, Abdullah.
okay.
Yeah, you can share it to them. I will get it from them. Okay. Also message them to forward it to Suhil sir. Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
So that was all about pancreas. Okay, hope you have understood this. Next, we have the adrenal gland. Okay, now. So adrenal glands, they are tiny, small, triangular shaped organs. How many of them are there? There are two. Right now, so there are two small triangular shaped organs that are present on top of each kidney, and they are exocrine or endocrine gland. They are
Endocrine.
endocrine gland. Okay, now. Plus, their main function is to produce hormones that will help to control the blood pressure, that will help to control the heart rate, and they have many more other functions. Right now, there are so many hormones produced by the adrenal gland. The main one which we are going to discuss is cortisol and adrenaline. Okay, na? Chikarika is not here today, na? She had asked a question about aldosterone. Like so, aldosterone is also one of the hormones produced by this gland. I'm not going to write the name of all of them because only the ones which are important I will be discussing. Okay, now. So they are as many as 150 hormones. Okay, now that will be produced by the adrenal gland. Getting it now? But we have to discuss about only few of them. Okay, that is something. Now, if you were to sum up the function performed by the adrenal gland's hormones, the hormones that are secreted by this gland, it will help to control the blood pressure, controls the heart rate, right now, controls the body's immune system, controls the amount of water balance in the body, controls the balance of salt in the body, also is responsible for fight or the flight response. Fight or flight response. Getting it? So someone is in such a situation that they have two choice. Either they have to fight or either they have to flight from the situation. So there this hormone will be playing a great role. Getting it now?
So can you explain it again?
I have not even completed this. I was
Okay.
just giving you an overview of this. Okay now. So adrenal gland, these are the triangular shaped organs that are present on top of each kidney. How many of them are there? They are
Mm.
two, and they are almost the size of a walnut. Okay, na? Their size is almost equivalent to that of a walnut. Further, they will be secreting more than 150 hormones in the human body for various purposes. Right now,
Yes,
but
sir.
there are two main hormones that is being produced by it, which we are going to learn. But first of all, let us look at the structure of this. If you have to look at the structure, it is divided into two parts. What is it? It is cortex. Another one is medulla. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So we have this one is cortex, and this inner one, that is medulla. So cortex will be secreting a hormone, and the name of the hormone secreted by the cortex is cortisol. Cortisol. Abdullah, have you shared it? I think I have received something. Yeah, 1 minute. That is cortisol. Okay, now can you guess the name of the hormone secreted by the medulla? Let me look at the answers. What you have shared. That is adrenaline, by the way. Okay, now, Gauri.
Yes.
Let me just discuss your questions, Abdullah. Then we are going to continue. Okay, Gauri, just hold on for a minute, and then we'll be continuing. Okay. Yes, Abdullah, you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The first question you have, crop protection from this chapter. Explain the importance of crop rotation in sustainable agriculture. You have answered it for the first question.
Yes, sir.
Explain the importance of crop rotation. Where is it? Crop rotation. Okay, question number. I can't see it. Like, where have you written the answer of the first question?
So I have written science chapter 1 revision. I have written this.
You have written just 1 minute. Improves water use efficiency by water volume substantiation, improves soil structure and water holding capacity. Question number 2, you have written what are the different methods of irrigation? Briefly explain and into a sprinkler system. The system is more useful on uneven land where sufficient water is not available. Okay. Water falls drop by drop directly in near the roots. This is called drip system. Okay. Question number, what are the beneficial roles of microorganism in agriculture? So you have written it helps maintain soil pH but balance the nutrients. See, Abdullah, you need to work on the construction of the answer. Getting it? You need to work on the construction of the answer. Okay. Gauri, you tell me, you answer this to me. Like, what are the beneficial roles of bacteria or basically microorganisms in agriculture? What are the beneficial roles of microorganisms in agriculture?
So like it converts the humus. Sorry, it convert the what we call dead remains of human.
Organic.
Sorry, yeah, animals into humus, which make the soil fertile, and
Okay.
also it what we call nitrogen fixation, right? Yeah.
Nitrogen fixation. Basically, in the hmm,
Yeah, it helps in the nitrogen fixation, in which a bacteria called rhizobium, right?
rhizobium bacteria.
The
Okay.
rhizobium bacteria convert the insoluble nitrogen into the soluble nitrogen, which
Hmm.
is taken by plants.
Very good. Okay, no. Further, Abdullah, see, this is one of the points which you could have added. Okay, no. In the beneficial role of microorganism in agriculture. So it does the nitrogen fixation. Microbes like rhizobium will be doing so, right? Furthermore, it will be improving the soil structure also. I think you have written this thing. Okay, you have written helps maintain the soil pH. Okay, yeah, in some way it helps to maintain the pH of the soil. Like if the soil is too much basic in nature, if the soil is basic, so then we have to add something acidic in it to neutralize the soil now, so that neutralization reaction takes place there and the pH level returns back to 7. So we generally add humus. I mean to say, we generally add manure, and manure contains dead organic matter of plants and animals. And when the manure will be added, it will further decompose into the soil, and that decomposition will be carried out by decomposers. And aren't the microorganisms also decomposers? Aren't the microorganisms are also decomposers now? So microorganisms will decompose the dead organic matter present in the manures to release acids, and acid will neutralize the basicity of the soil. It will make the soil neutral and hence will maintain the pH. Very good. Question number B. It was 1 minute. The question number
Nitrogen.
B. Yeah. Describe the process of nitrogen fixation and its significance. Okay, nitrogen is beneficial for living as part of chlorophyll. Mhm, so even used before. See, once again, like you are having the basic idea of the concept, but you are missing on important concepts here. Like, I mean to say, the construction of the answer is not good. Getting it, Abdullah? The question was, what is nitrogen cycle? So nitrogen cycle, it's a process in which the nitrogen is converted from the atmospheric nitrogen into the compounds that can be taken up by the plants. Just give me one. Let me show you this. See, both of you listen carefully. Nitrogen cycle is a process now in which what happens? First, nitrogen fixation takes place. Some of the points which you have written, Abdullah, that is correct, but the construction of the answer needs to be proper. Okay. We know that plants require so many nutrients. There are about more than 16 nutrients that are required by the plants. Some of them are required in major quantity, some of them are required in less quantity. Nitrogen is the one of the nutrient that is required in the major quantity. So it's a macronutrient. There are various ways in which the nitrogen can be fixed into the soil. It is lightning, it is some industrial process, and it is by the action of some bacteria also. So we have bacteria like rhizobium bacteria, we have blue-green algae. Nonetheless, just focus on the rhizobium. So this will be found to be living in the root nodules of some leguminous plants like pea plant. When you look at the root of the pea plant, they have some bulb-like structure called as nodules. And in that nodule, this rhizobium bacteria is found to be living. So what that bacteria will do, it will convert the atmospheric nitrogen into the ammonia. Further, the ammonia is converted into nitrates and nitrites, NO3 and NO2 by the action of the nitrifying bacteria. Getting it so far, Abdullah and Gauri, you also?
Yes, sir.
Now this nitrate is being absorbed by the plant. You know the absorption, the process of absorption of nutrients is called assimilation. In the human body also we have learned about different process of this different steps of nutrition in animals. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, then assimilation, where the digested food is absorbed now. Something similar you guys can understand and relate from here as well.
Yes,
So the nitrate is now absorbed by the plant, and that absorption of nitrate by the roots of the plant is called as assimilation. Further, this nitrate, some of the nitrate is converted back into the atmospheric nitrogen by the action of denitrifying bacteria, and that process is called as denitrification. Earlier, this step where the ammonia was converted into the nitrates and nitrites, that was called as nitrification. Getting it so far, everyone?
yes, sir.
That is one thing. While all this is happening, simultaneously, one more thing is happening. As the animals will die, or as they will be releasing their waste, or the plants will die, so the nitrogenous compounds locked in their body will be decomposed by the action of the bacteria and other decomposers. In that process, ammonium will be released into the soil by the action of the decomposers. Getting it, guys?
Sir.
Further, that ammonium, again by the action of the nitrifying bacteria, will be converted into nitrites. Getting it now? Will be converted into nitrite and nitrates, and then will be absorbed by the plant. So that is the process of nitrogen cycle. Your question was about nitrogen cycle, not about nitrogen fixation, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me just go through the question once again. It was okay, nitrogen fixation only. Okay, yeah. It was only nitrogen fixation, no? Yeah. So for nitrogen fixation, if you have answered this, then this will work. Okay, no? But nonetheless, you need to work on the construction of the question. Okay, Abdullah.
Okay, sir.
And that will improve with practice. The more you practice, the better it will be. Okay. The next question was from petroleum. What is petroleum and how is it formed? Petroleum was, see, you have written form. It should be formed now. It was formed. Okay. So petroleum was formed from remains of ancient marine organisms such as plants and algae. What about the fishes? What about other aquatic organisms? You have to count them also, no? Gauri, you explain how petroleum was formed?
Um,
Yes, our school sir said that you can write this much also in short answer.
Yeah, in short, you can answer this much, I think. Yeah, in short, you can answer this much. Okay, no? So we can basically say that. Okay, Gauri, you were going to answer.
yes, sir. Sir, can you repeat your question?
How petroleum was formed?
Sir, petroleum is like formed from the remains of single-celled marine organisms over millions of years.
Okay, okay. Petroleum is known by is formed out of two words, right? Petra and oleum, right, Abdullah and Gauri? What does the term Petra mean? The term Petra, what does it mean? Anyone? It means rock. Okay, now oleum, of course, it means oil. Getting it, both of you? That is one thing such question might also be asked in the exam. Okay, now so petroleum is basically a fossil fuel, and it was formed when millions of years ago the dead decaying organisms, microscopic organisms, particularly when they died and when they settle on the bottom of the oceans, and over the course of time the remains were covered with different layers of sand, rocks, silt. Further, their body was broken down with the action of the heat, with the action of the pressure. Right now, as there will be accumulation of the layers of sand, silt, and rock on top of them. So the pressure is going to increase, the heat is going to increase. So gradually, their body were, over the course of millions of years, were converted into petroleum. Okay, no, that is one thing. Okay, where was the world's first oil rig digged? Where was the first oil well?
Sir, USA?
USA. That is in Pennsylvania. Okay, no. Okay, you have one more question. To heat buildings, produce electricity. Okay. Okay, Abdullah, you have done well in this. Okay, no. Just need to avoid some grammatical errors and work on the construction of the question. The construction of the question, by that I mean to say that if you are answering a question, like these are the short answer questions, particularly if they are long answer questions now. First of all, write the body and try to add the bullet points. If there could be some subtopics, sub points in the answer, then you can add the bullet points also. Okay, now, along with that, try to give examples also in the answers wherever the examples will be possible to give. Getting it?
Yes, sir. Sir, how much marks I got in this test?
Yeah, just let me check it. 1 minute. Yeah, you have now got 17 out of 20. Okay. Okay, Abdullah.
Sir,
And
where I lost my 4 marks?
yeah, I have deducted your marks on the construction of the answer. Getting it? On the
Yes.
construction of the answer, I have deducted the marks. Getting it now? Like, let me just give you an example to explain this thing, what I'm trying to say. Say, for example, if this topic is being asked in the exam, you are required to describe about the determination of the sex of the baby, right now. So first of all, you are going to write the body. You're going to write the body of the answer. This will be the body. Where you will write about the determination of the sex of the baby. And this will be adding the general points about the determination of the sex of the baby. So there you can say that the sex of the baby is determined by the hormones, by the chromosomes that are present in the male and the female sex cells at the time of the fertilization. At the time of the fertilization, the chromosome that is present in the sperm and the ovum that determines the gender of the baby. So those things you will describe right now. Further
Okay.
in this, you can add subtopics like you will be telling about the egg, you'll be telling about the sperm, like how the egg contains only the X chromosomes, while the sperm can either have X or either it can have the Y chromosome in it.